Is Walt Disney World bigger than Disneyland? The short answer is yes. And you might be surprised at just how much bigger Disney World is. So let's break it down. Disney World is a cluster of theme parks and hotel resorts based in Orlando, Florida. There's a few different Disneyland parks around the world, but in this video we're talking about the Disneyland in Anaheim, California. When we're comparing the two parks by size, Disney World is about 25,000 acres, while Disneyland is about 500 acres. This means you could fit 50 or more Disneylands inside Disney World. That's a substantial size difference, and you're probably wondering what makes Disney World so much bigger than Disneyland. To make it make sense, I'm going to break down the differences in the size and scope of parks, hotels and other on-site attractions that you'll find in Disneyland versus Disney World. First, the parks. I'd say this is the main difference between the two Disney properties and the reason why Disney World is so much bigger. Disneyland California has just two parks, Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure. This is pretty common among all the Disney locations around the world. For example, the Tokyo Disney Resort has Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea. And in Paris, there's the main Disneyland Park and the Walt Disney Studios Park. Disney World, in comparison, has a total of 4 parks: Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom. Magic Kingdom is the park that's synonymous with Disney, with the Princess Castle, and it's pretty similar in layout to California's Disneyland Park. But Epcot, Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios are all unique to Disney World. Okay, let's talk numbers again, starting with Disneyland California. Disneyland Park spans 85 acres, while California Adventure is around 72 acres. Remember, this is the size of the parks themselves, excluding the hotels and other areas. So we're at just under 160 acres for both parks. As well as having more parks than Disneyland, Disney World's parks are all bigger too. Magic Kingdom is 107 acres, Hollywood Studios is 135 acres, Epcot is 305 acres, and Animal Kingdom is a massive 580 acres, which makes sense when you consider the fact that it's part theme park and part zoo. So that comes just short of 1,130 acres for all 4 parks, and that's before we even get onto the other stuff. This difference in size means that naturally Disney World has more attractions than Disneyland, which is why it's the preferred choice for people looking to take a longer trip, while Disneyland is better for a long weekend visit. So we've acknowledged that Disney World has more parks and that its parks are bigger than Disneyland California. Now is probably a good time to mention that aside from theme parks, Disney World Orlando also has 2 water parks, the 66-acre Blizzard Beach and the 56-acre Typhoon Lagoon. Disneyland doesn't have any water parks, as much as the chance to cool off on a water slide would definitely be welcome on a hot day in California. So that's a factor that contributes to its smaller footprint. We've also got to consider the resort hotels on property, which contribute to the difference in how much land is taken up by Disneyland versus Disney World. Disney World is well ahead of Disneyland yet again here, with 32 hotels and resorts, including 22 owned and operated by Disney, and the rest being leased to independent companies. Apparently, that makes for around 30,000 hotel rooms in the Disney World hotels alone, which makes sense given that there's a lot more square footage for more guests in the parks. Disney World also has Fort Wilderness, a camping resort, and even a pet hotel. And then we look at Disneyland California, which has just 3 hotels. Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa, the Disneyland Hotel, and the Pixar Place Hotel. Disneyland has also partnered with around 35 Good Neighbour hotels that offer convenient access to the parks. But the notable difference here is that these hotels aren't located on Disneyland property, so they don't contribute to its overall footprint. So 32 hotels to just 3 hotels. We're starting to understand just how big Disney World is in comparison to Disneyland. Finally, let's look at the other attractions and amenities you'll find at each of these Disney destinations. Starting with Disney World, a big one to mention is Disney Springs, an outdoor shopping complex with over 150 venues covering 120 acres. Disney World also has golf courses, mini golf courses and recreational lakes, which, as you can imagine, all take up a fair bit of land. Disneyland California doesn't have any on-site mini golf or proper golf courses, and while California Adventure does have a big lake, there's nowhere near as much water as there is in Florida, which is naturally boggier and has a lot of conservation land. So, if you're planning a Disney trip, what does the difference in size between Disneyland and Disney World mean for you? Well, you might pick one or the other depending on the type of trip you want. If you're taking a longer trip, say 1 or 2 weeks, and you want to visit a diverse, all-encompassing destination, Walt Disney World is probably going to be the best choice. It's 4 theme parks, 2 water parks, and over 30 themed resorts are going to easily keep you busy for a week or more. It's ideal for families or groups who want variety, with plenty of extras like golf courses, shopping, and dining at Disney Springs. But if you're taking a shorter trip or want a park with a more local, nostalgic feel, or if you're a die-hard Disney fan who wants to visit the park where it all began, you might prefer Disneyland. It's got a more convenient layout with its 2 parks just steps apart. It's a good choice if you're traveling the West Coast and want to combine a Disney day with a beach visit or a visit to Hollywood. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. I think I've made it pretty clear just how and why Walt Disney World is bigger than Disneyland. But if you've got any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe for more helpful Disney content, and I'll see you in the next video.